That line right there. Yep.
B, just try to save at it any way you can. And what I'm gonna do after you get all that out and get your top on, I'm gonna go, because it's not supported, I'm gonna go behind there with the 2x and come up and below and souse it with panel adhesive and clamp it just as a safety thing. But it'll be out of the way of your backsplash.
Okay. All right. Yeah, no problem.
And of course there's wire. There's wire in there. The dishwasher, that wire's still hot, but I don't think that'll be a problem.
No, it ain't gonna affect us.
Okay.
Not a bit.
And of course there'll be wiring going into that outlet over there, but other than that, everything's disconnected.
Yeah, I don't foresee any issues.
Okay.
Should be good to go.
And once you get all that up, if you need any kind of blocking or anything like that.
Guys, it's Friday. It is about, 15 till 11. We are at our install. We're parked on a side. We wanted to make sure not to get in this homeowner's driveway here, so I made it a point not to get in their driveway. We got a little walkway. We could have parked down here, but then we was going to have to push it up the hill and then back around here. Here we should be able to just come off, pop up here, go up our ramp. We're covering up the floors right now, just like we always do before we get started. We always make ourselves a walkway, and then of course we'll cover up the floor. We've got a tile tear out, so after we get it tore out, then we'll clean up our mess, recover, and then we'll start with our install. So you guys know the process. You've seen me do it time and time again. Just showing you the beginnings.
Line that comes up through the floor and goes to the stove. Do you need me to cut it off or just leave it covered up? There is a gate valve down there.
Nah, it's not gonna bother us. Yeah. I don't think it'll bother us.
Right.
If something happens and it is, I'll let you know. But I'll be honest with you, we got pretty good open space in here, man. I mean, there's times I would have killed to have this much space in here to work with.
Now that outlet over there.
Y'all heard the customer while he was in here going over it with me. When I came out here and met with him today, Melissa Template, we went over this as well. So if you look, if you put a square here, this comes down about right here, right? So you're in between tiles. There's no way to really get a clean cut on that unless I take my blade and try to make a clean cut on a tile. So I told him I think the best thing to do, because I want to save all this, is to break this tile right here at the grout line. So he's adamant about us trying to save this. And we'll do our best too. I think we can. I can't guarantee it, but we'll do everything we can too. Basically, we want to tear out from here all the way over and then down. What's going to be the scariest on these is this right here. When you pull these out, there's a chance to damage these. So over here, we're going to cut these straight so that it looks nicer and cleaner when we do the full hot backsplash. And otherwise, it's just like normal, man. So we'll just do what we do.
So for this part here, what if we use the multi-tool to eat out some of this grout so that we're there when we go to pull this out?
That's why I was asking if we had it in here, because I was going to try to. I was going to try multi-tool this out too. So we'll just see how it goes.
Okay. Should probably grab us a second brush blade.
Alright guys, so what we did, of course, we busted this out here. As you can see, it looks like block behind there. Over here, I thought it was the same, but then you can see, I don't know if it's just hardy board or it's this block stuff on top of, I don't know. But anyway, definitely not drywall, and it's definitely harder to cut. But what I did is I went in all the way around here. I'll show you. All the way up across the top, all the way down here, and all the way down here. And I've been taking this and putting it on there and trying to pry it off. But it is not working out for me. So if I can't get that to work, I guess I'll start busting more off till I can. So I about lost the phone, but you can see. And of course it don't grab on because it's tiles anyway, but I just want to show you, you know, kind of the process we're doing and the things we're trying. So what we did, first David went in here with a razor knife, then he went in here with the multi-tool. And I just went in there again and cleaned up any spaces that we weren't all the way through. That way when we separated this, we'd have a clean line here. Got a little bit more I gotta clean out, but I think we had some success on that. Alright, so here's my issue. I gotta take this out. This tile is under this, so I'm probably gonna have issues when we try to pop all this out.
Well, at least it ain't 95 degrees outside.
Yeah, that's always a plus.
Oh, that's great. That came up off that.
Oh yeah, right here. I'm concerned about this because this, of course, is underneath there, and that's built on top of it. So.
Yeah, and it's gonna have to come out.
So it's not gonna come out without a fight.
Yeah. Yeah,
All right, guys. So what I've done here, first thing I did is I went in and I knocked this back piece off with a chisel and a hammer. I'm doing everything the, I don't know, manual hard way to try to not do any damage. I'm taking the extra precautions to do the best I can by the customer. So that allows me access to this. So now I'm gonna gently see if I can, you know, tap into this and get it out without doing any damage. We'll see what happens. All right, I'm having Tony video me, so you can see what I'm doing. I'm taking this chisel, I'm kind of barely tapping it, and I can see it starting to separate right there. You just don't want any damage to these. We're trying to save those. You know what? I think I'm gonna go ahead and knock this one out too to give me a little bit of space. Probably don't need to, but you know, I'm trying to take every precaution. We have now banned phones on the job site. I'm just joking.
It was locked. I don't know why the video just started playing.
You know what's those basketball games or football games? There's an LSU game, I believe, one time. I think it's LSU in Kentucky, maybe. They start celebrating, and there's like 2 seconds left, and the other team like ran a touchdown and beat them. They had already dumped the Gatorade and stuff on the coach and everything. Well, that's not what we're doing here. I'm not celebrating until this bad boy comes out.
Like a tooth. Bam.
All right, we got it. And then pull the tape off, and the whole side falls. You can see there, I went above and beyond. So any bad review that you've read about me, they can all just suck a pterodactyl turd, and you know that I do what I need to do to get the job done right. All right, you guys are getting intricate information, so I could just grab that and jerk the snot out of it, but I'm afraid to break this little twig here. So I'm going to break some of these off so I can get up under that and try to pry that off so as to not damage the cabinets. Alright guys, we got it out. I'm going to go get my laser and see what's going on here. And we're going to rock it out with our pterodactyls out. Alright guys, so you know I always put my laser level on here, and then we bring our 6 foot level in as well. If you look right here in the sink, we got a big dip-de-doo here. We got any shims in here, Tony?
Not yet.
Alright, we go get us some, please.
I will.
This is about a, I don't know, it's almost a full shim. I'd say 3/16 of an inch or so. In that area that it dips down. So here, a little space there. Definitely got some space going you can kind of see the shim action there on that one. Alright, here's this area here. You see the shim action there. That's the things that are going on back here. Alright, so template looks good. Melissa does a great job with her templates. So we did have some leveling issues, which is exactly why we couldn't make the full height on the initial install. So once we get this installed, leveled up, put together, then I'll template the full height. I'm going to go ahead and notch this molding here. Alright, we got this notched out. I'm going to take a leak, and then we're going to come back and put this bad boy in, mount this sink, template this backsplash, and call it a dizzy.
Good back here.
Easy. Alright, finesse guys, all I want to do is push this end over just a bit.
That clearance up a little. That rubber's kind of starting to come off.
That one there. Yeah, freaking stupid rubber. Alright. Not leave your end back there, please.
Here you go. There you go.
Alright, alright. Now let's take it back that way, Tony. Easy, guys. A little bit at a time. Hold on.
I'll touch you a little bit.
Alright, hold on. Okay, let me get over here, buddy. Okay, let's see what we got. Alright. Alright, Big Teddy, go and push her. Alright, hang tight.
You need to go down, hitting on that wood over there. Oh, well, you're all the way down.
Can you go back? There we go. Alright, let me take a look over here at what we got. Pull it off. Pop the thing.
Here, I'll take that out for you.
It's pretty hard going down then.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll drag you down.
Yeah, I'll get you. Yeah.
So right here where this this curve and not straight, that's gonna be an issue. So we just got a little bit of a hair there. Maybe just knock that stone right there. You know what I'm saying?
It ain't gonna bother me.
I could notch the tile or the stone. Alright, let's see. Grab me a handful of shims, please.
I just want to see how y'all did that.
Cart does most of the work, as you see.
Well, cart don't do the thinking though, fellas.
Let's pull her back this way. 1, 2, 3. I want it to stay all the way against the wall there. Alright.
Check
I got
gas
you.
line.
Yeah, I'll hold it against the wall.
Watch that gas line with your right leg
Yep.
there. Yep. Okay.
Let's see where I'm at. David, what, I'm gonna push so it doesn't pop out. I need you to make sure that clears the door handle. Go ahead.
We can open that door. We can open that door.
It's alright.
Alright.
Alright, good enough. I'm just gonna pop this in here to just for some protection while we're modifying.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure I brought the grinder in here.
You did. You did. It's,
Right here.
Alright, and
Alright, you can just put mine in the refrigerator.
do we have a vacuum?
Yeah, we do.
Let me go, I'm gonna go grab, on this, do you prefer me to take some out of this and try to push in there, or to square this up so it'll slide in there better?
Well, what do you think's easier for you?
I think as far as easy, they're both gonna be pretty equal. I think probably look best would be to try to square this a little bit.
Well, if whatever, I'll go with your judgment.
I think if we try to make it square that so that it'll slide back in there, I think it'll look more like it was made that way, rather than to have a curve and try to make it. It'll look like we tried to fix something that's not supposed to be that way. You know, if we do it this way, it'll look like it was meant to be that
Get
way.
in there, yeah. Cool, it looks beautiful, that stone is gorgeous.
Oh yeah, once we get it all put in and cleaned up, especially once we get the full height in, then it'll look really good.
Yeah.
I think that'll work. If you can just hold the vacuum, I should be able to knock that pretty
I guess
good.
David's gonna hold it back in.
I had it there before.
I know. We left it running while you went out there, so let me pause this.
Just like so. I think she'll go in there now. What do y'all think?
I think so.
Guys, this is why we don't install on top of the existing tile. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut these shims. And I've got some sticking through here so that I can try to pull up the sink and see what's rocking with it. Alright, your faucet holes, they're saying 4 holes, 12-inch spread. Does that sound right to you?
Here's the faucets. Was it, well, I didn't measure the sink. Did you measure the sink?
I'm sorry?
The holes on the sink, did you check it? That's what I had.
No, is that what you do?
It's 12, okay. You got this.
So it's going exactly like the sink was?
Yeah.
Alright, so as you can see, this is an offset sink, so it's going to be different. They got 4 holes, they got a 12-inch spread. They've got the extra one going to the right. So you got 4 holes. Alright, got 4 holes. Alright, you got 4 holes on that one. That's an offset sink, so your extra holes going to the right.
Yeah, that's right.
Is that what you wanted on this one as well? Alright.
Yep. Yeah, the second hole center into match.
Alright, easy enough.
That's cool.
Now I went underneath and I shimmed up about everywhere to give good support.
Did you get that middle section there?
Get all of it?
Get that middle section over there?
Yeah, I did. I got shims in it.
Wait, you're right, David. You're right. Why am I touching it?
Check yourself on that stuff.
Oh.
Let me see. I'll try to stick it in there for you.
Find a screwdriver real quick.
There you are. I got all the shims cut off for you today. I'm gonna start working this. Here's one more. Full height. Ugh.
I'd like to double check, man. I'd hate for something but much work as y'all done. Okay, that's where you're going. Oh yeah, you're fine, man. Cause your stone is gonna be sitting behind that. Well, that's good, man.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Never hurts to look.
That's right.
Wow.
Yeah, you like that?
I do.
Out the box. Look, you're right there. If worse comes to worse, we can move that box a 1/4 inch that way, and you won't have to cut nothing. What do you think?
No, I'm gonna have to cut that over there anyway.
I got you, but you see what I mean? If you go to where that's gonna cover, then you're gonna have a gap here. You see what I'm saying? If you're right on the template, it may go in there. You're really close there, and a 5/16 off there. But if we had to move that box, I got VIX bits. We can take a straight line on that and take another straight line and move it over. Would that help you out?
No, I got it under control.
Okay, all right.
Let's see. This one here, I tempered it tight, Tony,
Yeah,
and these here, so
yeah, it was tight going under there too.
we'll just have to see how it all works out.
And that one was tight going in.
And this one here's the one I didn't cut any material off of because I wasn't sure on these walls.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be tight here, right here especially. So I might have to take some of that off
Off of the top of the window.
of the top right here. Let's take it down a little bit. See. All right, guys. We're gonna try to bring these tops in and see how they go. I'm sure you remember, the job from last week. I don't know how Gary will edit these, but we will see. So, guys, I've subcontracted installers before, and they always argue that they don't want to take the template to the install or whatever. So, of course, I checked my templates to my tops a lot at the shop. Well, I just put this top up here, and it was saying it was a little too big. It was saying this back piece here was hitting this wood, which I knew this corner was going to be an issue. That's why I didn't go ahead and subtract the stone. I just left it long so I could cut it out on site because I was scared there'd be a problem. Well, I'm going to take it outside, and I am going to modify this a little bit, but I wanted to put my template back up there to see if it fit and where my problem lay. Well, once I got to looking over here, you see this nail sticking out right here? About 3/16 of an inch. Well, that's exactly what my top was too big. So, before you go to cutting and stuff, make sure you check your walls and stuff and see if there ain't something on that causing your problem. All right, what I did was took this stone here and I stoned it. She's smooth now, baby. Okay, guys, like I was telling you earlier, with the template material and with the corners of these walls, I wasn't able to get a perfect measurement, so that's why I didn't deduct for the stone off of this one here. So what I did, once I got this one in place, roughly, of course it's not all evened up and all that stuff, I took a measurement on the bottom and then on the top, and I marked this template, and then I cut it out. I believe it's still going to be tight, but I'm going to see how it ends up, and then we'll actually modify that top and bring it in. Let me kind of show the viewer what I was working with here. You can see there's nothing here, so if you lay a strip of template material, it's going to sink down 1/4 inch all the way across there. So I had to lay a piece on there to kind of get my measurements, and then up top here, if you look, the template material will go up in there also. So it's like very, very hard to get. See there? you know, it's not mud, but it's still sunk. So it's very, very hard to get accurate. Just so everybody kind of knows what's rocking here.
Of professional, you know, that he is, but he's the real effing deal when he, you know, does stuff. So anyway, just wanted to share that to kind of maybe help explain Mr. Perfection there.
Yeah, it's, you know, I've been doing this for 23 years. I've met 100 Larrys in my time. Yeah. So
Is it a guy thing though?
it's a guy thing. It's a pride thing. It's hard for people like him to sit and watch somebody else do work in his home. And I understand, because it'd be hard for me to sit in my home and watch somebody come and do work in it.
I get it.
So men are different than women in that sense too, which is why I offered to fab it and all that and bring it up here.
Yeah, I mean, he wouldn't be able to do what you're doing. He's a woodworker.
Because a lot of times, you know, they prefer to have their hands on the job. You know what I mean? And it's just hard for them. It just is. But on the flip side of it, it's hard for someone like me, or whether you be a tattoo artist, whether you be a painter, whether you be a surgeon, you will never get the best job if you have somebody eyeballing everything you do.
Oh,
you get nervous.
And that's why I'm gonna let it go. Trust the professionals. Anyway, that's it. I won't take any more of your time.
All right, thank
I
you.
wondered if that person was homeless. He's coming back anyway.
All right, guys, I've got all the pieces in place now. And you guys know me, I keep it real in all my videos. I literally had to take that piece outside 4 times and sand on it and sand on it and sand on it to get it to fit properly. So as you can see, it's a nice tight fit up there. So once I caulk everything out, we're going to be money. Took me a while to get here though. Alrighty, this is my backsplash seat in quartz. Tell me that don't look freaking awesome. So do you want me to put screws in here for you?
Well,
You know, I know in the email you said you wanted something.
Well, if you can make them work, and then I want to make sure the cover plate, you know, everything's good. Now, will the screws on the cover plate tend to hit that stone?
I don't know.
That's what I was wondering about. If you might have to take like an 1/8 inch drill bit or something to just bore a tiny hole.
You guys hear what he's talking about there? So get your cover plate or whatever.
Yeah, it's right here.
So what he's talking about, these little holes right here on the cover plate. And then you see these little screws here. So they go right here in this. And he's worried about them hitting the stone there. Will you hold this for me?
Yeah.
So if you see, you line these up for screws to go through here. So I'm just gonna make a little mark here and a little mark here. And I'm just gonna make a little bitty spot with my drill bit so that those can go in a little bit further. As you can see, it doesn't take much at all. I just put about an 1/8 inch indentation there.
Not much at all.
No, it's just enough to where those. Okay guys, we've got everything finished up. We're just cleaning up here. The first day we came, David had put some, I think he tried to put transparent white there, but it was a really clear transparent white, and I didn't like the way it looked, so I scraped that out and went with the straight white today. Went with the straight white to blend it into the tile, and of course white along the bottom of everything. And then white paintable caulk on the top, just in case they decide to paint anything. Re-cleaned and resealed everything. I did go ahead and put their outlet cover and the outlet back in place, used 2-inch screws, and I went ahead and routed out a little bit of an area so that their screws for their cover plate would go in there. And he had a good point, and that's something I didn't even think about, was those cover screws, because it's really never a problem, but most of the time they don't have that style of cover plate. It's usually the ones that screw into the middle. So that's why it didn't even occur to me. So it is a good idea, I think, to maybe bring a smaller bit with you, and that way you can just mark and drill those out a little bit. I don't think that's something you can do at the shop. I mean, it is possibly, but you don't want to cut it too big and then your ears not catch. So I think it's a good idea. You can use a faucet hole bit like I did, but it'd be nice to have, you know, just a little pilot bit to knock those out with. So anyway, I hope all y'all have a blessed day, and I appreciate y'all watching. And if you have any questions or comments, you know, feel free to leave it down there in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer. It did take us a little longer than usual out here, but I'm the one that templated it, so I'm the only one that could be blamed for anything. So you just try to make everything fit as tight as you can, and you know, sometimes you got to carry it in and out a few times, you know, to make little modification. And the main thing is you just don't want to rush and have a